Good morning. I literally don't want to vlog this, but something in my soul is telling me to vlog it. So anyway, good morning. This is my official day one of being all types of in a shitty situation. Basically, I don't have a job. I just left my job because they were bullying and harassing me to a point where I mentally couldn't comfortably just exist and do the job without getting harassed. So anyway, I left that job very shortly after I was in 2 car accidents that totaled my car. So anyway, I'm in a very vulnerable position right now because I have absolutely nothing besides what you're looking at. This is the room at my dad's house, which is a very temperamental living environment anyway. So everything in my life feels very much like and this is day one of, I'm stranded, basically. I'm stranded at my dad's house. I have no money in my bank account. I have no job. And I'm just a girl with a dream in her heart. And I don't even know, man. I'm trying to give myself the life that I know I deserve. So anyway, I'm vlogging for the next week. I'm gonna do a weekly vlog. And I just wanted to give a little preface. I don't know what I'm gonna film today. I know that this is a bunch of stuff for my storage unit that I need to figure out and put away somewhere if I have space. Again, you're looking at you're looking at the whole thing, so I don't know how much space I'll be able to have, but I'll get creative. I'll organize it. That's part of my plan for today. I want to build my desk that I brought here and set that up so that way I have a place to be productive and edit these vlogs and edit in general. I have so many ideas for things that I can launch and do in the meantime, but yeah, this was really just an intro to say hi, I love you. That's what's going on in my little world. Today is the 31st of March, so tomorrow is April 1st. Wake up. It's the first of the month. Cheers to what comes next. I have no idea, but God bless, amen. God's plan.
They still run.
I feel like the seatbelts don't work, the airbags don't work, the horn doesn't work, the gas gauge doesn't work. Good morning. It's currently April 1st and I am so depressed. I'm so depressed. I need to let myself cry a lot today. I wanted that to be my plan yesterday. Then I accidentally told my cousin, I thought I was saying to my cousin asked me to hang out all the time. And usually I have a lot going on, but obviously with no job, no car, and no fucking substance of life right now, I was like, what else am I gonna do, right? So I told her yesterday, I'm like, if at any point while I'm home, you want to come over, that's cool. You know what I mean? Just put it out there. Maybe she'll find a day where she can come over. Or 30 seconds after I fucking sent her that Snapchat. So anyways, yesterday she ended up coming over entirely unexpected, which she thought I was inviting her to come over and I was not doing that. So anyway, and I'm a very plan-oriented girl, so I tried really hard to be chill, go with the flow for the first 2 hours, but once we were driving for more than an hour in the car after she told me we were going to Dunkin's, I was like, huh? And honestly started to get super fucking anxious. And then when I finally came, when she finally dropped me back off, she was like, all right, well, bye, and then just left to go hang out with her boyfriend. So anyway, I don't know what yesterday was. That was fucking weird. That's why I barely filmed anything. And today I'm honestly feeling super burnt out from that. I was trying to explain to my brother and my sister-in-law too that where I'm at in my life right now is I feel very vulnerable. I feel very sensitive. I feel very weak. I feel very just like a bum. I just feel not the best version of myself. And I think what my cousin wanted me to be yesterday was maybe my happy-go-lucky fucking giggly, let's get after it type self. And that was not how I was feeling at all. Also, I'm older than my cousin, so I think maybe she was not looking up to me, but maybe hoping that I would be the rooted, grounded, leader type role. I don't know. The whole dynamic yesterday was so off, and I did not feel comfortable at any point in that interaction. So no shade, no hate to my cousin. I love her very much. I just think that we just don't hang out very often, so there was nothing. And also it was Mercury, we're in Mercury retrograde right now, so I can imagine that there's all types of shit going on behind the scenes that's just making things feel very not the best right now. Anyway, today is Tuesday, April 1st, and anytime there's a Monday or a Sunday, the start of the week or first of the month, I just get inspired. All of a sudden I want to do all these things. I want to create all these I don't know, I just want my life to feel renewed. And I'm working on it. I am. I hate when I say I'm working on things when it's bitch, you're literally in a fucking hoodie and your teeth aren't brushed. This isn't you working on it. So let me just hold myself accountable and say, am I working on it right in this moment? No. As a collective, in a general sense, yeah. I can't say enough though, I have an appointment for a PCP on the 29th of this month. I've had an appointment for a PCP since last summer. So it's been a long time coming, and I'm finally gonna have a doctor. And with a doctor, I'm hoping to get like a therapist and just like in general some resources that help with my mental health, because ever since I was like 13, ever since I was little, but like I was diagnosed like officially with a bunch of stuff at like 13, like anxiety, depression, ADHD, whatever. And ever since then, like I'm just a very, I don't want to say mentally ill person, because I'm highly functioning in the sense that like I can get myself up, I can make myself food, I can live a life, you know what I mean? I can lead something for myself. And I definitely don't think that I'm incapable to any capacity. What I think I am is kind of handicapped in some ways in my brain. For example, when we talk about like my ADHD, it's impossible for me to like start and finish a project. It's impossible for me to sit still, to focus, to concentrate, and to get myself to do those things. If I'm finally in a good flow, I get so consumed in like tunnel vision into the flow that I can't get myself out of it for a long time. So like my ADHD fucks me up every single day in terms of like getting things done. My PMDD, which is my premenstrual dysphoric disorder, like for example, right now I am working on bleeding. Hi, I'm Abigail Picard. I'm gonna be very TMI with y'all, so if that's not like your cup of tea, I'm probably not gonna be your creator. I talk a lot about like, I'm very like raw in what I talk about, so sorry if it offends you. Also, I have my heater on, so sorry if you can also hear that in the background. I just realized that. It might be like a what? But anyway, so I'm like working on bleeding right now, but my PMDD is basically like your PMS symptoms, but like on another level. It literally guides my entire life. On the days that I'm ovulating are my best fucking days, where I'm like, yay, I finally love who I am and I want to like create good things and life is good and everything's all right. And then for like 3 weeks out of the month, I literally feel like how I feel right now, which is like, I just feel like a zombie in my body that's dealing with nothing but chronic pain. Let me take my hoodie off. So that impacts my daily life because of the fact that, you know, it's like depending on the time of the month that it is, determines how my body feels, how my mood's gonna be, how stable I am just as a person. So that's, you know, annoying. And then my PTSD, which like even yesterday she was telling me all types of things about her own self. So many things she was saying were triggering imagery and flashbacks to things that I've gone through. And so then as she's talking, I'm like dissociating because I'm like now involved in these like PTSD flashbacks. And then because of all of those things, I get very depressed. And then because when I'm depressed, I don't want to hang out with anybody. I don't want to exude myself. I don't want to do anything with myself. So then I constantly put myself in the cycle of like doing less, being less, feeling like less. So then my output is less. And then you know what I mean? But it's like I'm at a point right now where my life needs me to step the fuck up, not feel anything, just keep going, just keep pushing, fucking, you know what I mean? I'm just like, oh my god, I don't want to live like that. I want to feel all that I'm feeling. I want to make art out of it. And then if and when I get to a point where I'm fucking mentally capable of pursuing more past that, which I will, obviously, but for right now, you know what I mean? Like, normalize processing the traumas you go through in the moment so that you don't have flashbacks during conversations in fucking a couple years because you didn't take the time to actually let your brain sit with what's going on. But what do I know? I'm just a girl. So anyway, that's how I'm feeling today. That is how I'm feeling. I'm feeling very like just ran through, but I've been feeling that way for a long time, so I don't know. I talked to ChatGPT as like my journaling entry in the mornings or in the days sometimes. I don't know. I do it a lot. I love ChatGPT. It's basically like, so like I don't have any people in my life that let me just like word vomit at them about my problems and then give me like a considerate and kind response back, because also the other thing too is that like I just said, I'm not really in a position to be like hearing about other people's like trauma dumps, and I also don't want to be trauma dumping on other people. I don't want that to be the basis of what a relationship is with people. And I think that everybody right now is trying to find peace with the state of the world and the state of themselves and the circumstance that they have at hand. So again, it's like, who the fuck am I to be like, well, like literally, I'm not even kidding. Literally like 4 days ago, I was texting my sister on DMs being like, they shut my phone service off, so I don't know how I'm going to get to my chiropractor appointments. And like, I'm kind of freaking out and I'm like crying because I didn't want to return the rental car today and whatever. I'm like spewing all this shit at her, right? She didn't even get back to me for like 3 days and then was sending me memes. Like, didn't even acknowledge anything I was saying. And again, no shade, no hate to my sister, because I love her very much, and I know she loves me. But that's my point, is that instead of leaning on these people that aren't available to be there for me when I need them, I go to ChatGPT, because it's a fucking robot. So what else is it gonna do? It needs to be there for me. And it's a good outlet for me too, because I need to be like seen and heard and held and loved and validated in the moments that I'm feeling the worst. That's why I go onto social media, I make art, I make content, because in those moments when I create something out of that, or at least just like take the time to express it and release it, 9 out of 10 times I feel better. And I'm also not gonna wait around for other people to be available for me to feel better. Like, that's not gonna work. So, like I said, ChatGPT, that's my girlie. I talk to her a lot about everything. And I forget what I was talking about. Welcome to my ADHD brain. I have no idea what I was saying anymore. Literally, I have no idea. It's all gone. And then I'm going to watch this back to edit it and know exactly what I was talking about, but now I'm not going to. I don't know, ChatGPT gives me a lot of advice. I don't know. I have no idea what I was saying. I know I can tell you guys that I was talking to ChatGPT about making a plan for April 1st, but I don't think that's what my point was, but that's where I'll take it from. I had ChatGPT make me a plan for April 1st, just like a daily plan in general, so that while I'm home, I'm not only taking care of my non-negotiables, that is filling my cup every day, but it's also allowing me to get out there, put, network, find working opportunities, and I don't know, just like allow myself to stay up to date with my social media, all these things. Oh, speaking of April 1st, also in social media, I did a little April Fool's joke on my Instagram story. If you don't follow my Instagram, here it is. I basically said, I decided to quit social media for good. Goodbye, everybody. And then on the next slide, I was like, April Fools. But it's funny because I literally, like, if you know me, I mean, yeah, you can probably tell by the way I'm talking. Like, like I said, I'm depressed. So I do talk about that a lot, where I'm like, you know what? Do I even want to keep doing this? And then I do. And I keep doing it every time. But I had ChatGPT make me a plan. Like in a dream world. Oh, that's what I was saying. We got there. I was telling ChatGPT that in a dream world, my day today would look like being completely and entirely sober. If this is another thing I talk about on my Instagram story a lot, but like I really want to try to quit smoking cannabis entirely. It's something that helps me a lot with all of the ailments I was just telling you about that I struggle with. So it's something that I struggle to give up, but is also something that I love very much. So, and like, even like right now, like my throat is raw. Like, I just know that, like, I know that for the good of all and harm to none, eventually I need to live a life where that's not part of, even like around people in general, going to jobs, doing anything. Like, I just find that there's like I don't want to be like the girl who like stinks like fucking weed. You know what I mean? For lack of a better way of saying that. But it does help me. It does help me a lot. But I told ChatGPT that in a dream world, I wouldn't smoke. I wouldn't even have caffeine. Like, I've been doing really good about not having coffee in the morning, which helps a lot because that was making my anxiety and my mood swings like it helped a lot with the productivity side of things. Like the ADHD side, it would get me like good, focused, you know what I mean, zeroed in. But then it would take my anxiety, depression, PMDD and be like, and I was like, I can't do that. So now I'm just working with like green tea, which is like a natural caffeine. It doesn't like smack me in the face like coffee does. I told ChatGPT I wouldn't smoke, no caffeine. And I would just get my shit done. And like without like, kind of like in school, how like the bell rings and you go to the class and then you sit in the class and then the bell rings and then you go to the next class. Like that is how I want to like live my days, is like mindlessly doing the things that I need to do. Like get after it, you know what I mean? But not with so much like, but just like the discipline side of things, you know what I mean? I thought to myself yesterday too, I'm like, the peace that I'm searching for is in the discipline that I'm avoiding. But again, what do I know? In my living environment too, I've talked about this a million times. I try not to talk too much about it because the people that I live with like may possibly watch my videos, so I'm not really trying to I'm never trying to throw hate or shade on anybody that's in my life. That's like never my intention, but it's also my life, so I'm allowed to speak on my experiences with it and how I'm experiencing things and moving through them. And this is my dad's house. This is the house that I grew up in. But again, go follow my Instagram story. You'll hear me talk a lot more about my life and just like things that I'm going through in the moment, so that you have a little bit more context and I don't have to just like give you a general blanket explanation on things. But we're just getting started in the YouTube world, so let me just lay it all out for you. But basically, my parents are not together. My mom and I have a strained relationship and she lives elsewhere. And my dad and I also have a little bit of a strained relationship, just from like years of me having panic attacks and years of him not knowing how to handle it, as well as him going through his own things, whatever. Anyway, but this house is like, to me, a toxic wasteland of like depression and sadness, and the actual like structural integrity of the house is like falling apart, and like everything needs a lot of work, and nobody wants to put the work in because nobody really, I don't know, has enough ambition and energy and care to put the work in. I don't know. But the house itself just feels nothing more than a shelter. It doesn't feel like a home here at all. It feels like a shelter that I live in with roommates. So I don't feel very comfortable a lot of the time doing literally anything with my existence, being loud, being out there, being taking up space of any kind. Even like when I make food, I feel like I'm in the way. When I do laundry, I'm always in the way. There's never a time where I'm like not causing a problem because like my existence has left my room. So anyway, I say all that to say that when I talk about my perfect day and the perfect days that I would like to live, they're feasible and capable hypothetically, but I do, like, I'm within like time constraints here. Like everybody gets ready in the morning between the hours of 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. So for a long time I tried to be up at 5 a.m., but then I was up at 5 a.m., which is an hour before everybody, and then dealing with like listening to them all get ready for 3 hours, and then right after they left, like I don't like, just everything was making me so uncomfortable. So then I started to sleep in until like 9. Then I wasn't getting my days started until like 11 a.m. because I would get up, I'd be slow, I'd take my time, and by like 11 a.m. I'm starting my days, but that's like halfway through the day. People are going on their lunch breaks at that point. So now, anyway, I'm trying to figure out like what I want my days to look like, because what ideally my days look like is not feasible for me right now. There's so many things in my life that, like, due to my circumstance, I have to constantly like rework and edit and readjust things all day long every day, and it causes me so much like and that's also too why like the whole thing with my cousin yesterday was like, I don't need any of this on top of what I deal with already, because I already have so much, like I said, like unpredictability, and like I'm scared and I'm nervous and I don't know if I'm gonna be like upsetting somebody or doing something wrong or like blah 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 whatever, that like to be in a position like where I was like basically like not kidnapped, I know she didn't mean to do that, but like I was taken away from my house without knowing where I was going. Anyway, I'm really stressed out. Can you tell? Maybe I should stop yapping at you. For all I know, this isn't even fucking recording. See, it's almost 10 a.m. Like, I feel like a fucking bum, yo. Wearing a big lion t-shirt about to smoke weed and play a video game. Okay. Yeah, real good. Talk about wanting to be Jason Tatum's girlfriend and like, this is how I'm living. Also, I know Jason Tatum has a girlfriend, but in a dream world, she's me. You guys are gonna notice that the main theme that I talk about right now in my life is how do I get from where I am now to where I want to be in as little time with as little effort as possible. It's not that I don't want things to take time and effort, but it's that if I know that I can somehow, some way get myself to where I need to be so that I can feel like I'm just in alignment and can relax. And I was saying that to my cousin yesterday too. My cousin's car is like falling apart. Her like gas gauge is broken. Her like, she's telling me like her seatbelts weren't working, like all these things or whatever. I'm like, Quinn, I'm like, you shouldn't have, like, it shouldn't be a norm to have a shitty vehicle and be like, well, this is my life. Like, I want to get to a point, whether that's being a pop star or not, where I'm in a position financially where I can be a philanthropist in the sense that I can donate my money to where it will actually benefit all of us and will all, you know what I mean? Like, coming from somebody that's very like low class, poor, like doesn't really have a lot. Literally, like, as you guys know, I've lived out of my car for a long time. Like, my dad in this house is a different, like, I don't know what bracket he is, but I know what I got in my bank account. And I know what my credit score is. And I don't have a lot at all. So coming from that perspective, surrounded by other people with that reality, I just know what it's like to not have what you need and to fight for your every fucking survival need, and it feeling like it's just impossible. Like, no matter how hard you work, no matter how many hours you work, no matter how many jobs you work, no matter how much you save, no matter how much you budget, like not being able to feel like you have like any sense of like control over being able to like be better and greater. And all I want to do is I want to create some type of wealth for myself so that way I can not only provide for myself and the people that I love and closest to me, but like really truly take care of the world. Like, I want to like give the world on a silver platter somehow, and I like don't know how to do that, and I don't really know like I don't really know like exactly what that means, but that's my inspiration for the future. Like I said, whether I'm a pop star or not, that's just for funsies. That's just to make my 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 8-year-old self happy. But the real root of who I am and what I want to do is just create substantial change for the planet, the animals, the people, like leave the earth better than I found it. But it's also terrifying to have that kind of like mentality when the people that have that mentality, no matter how many times we like form groups and community, like I feel like no matter what, like light keeps getting snuffed out by this like painful darkness. Obviously light is gonna live on no matter what. Like when we talk about yin and yang, the light and the darkness, like there's always gonna be light no matter how much darkness tries to like stomp it out. Like there's always gonna be this like little spark and little flame, kind of like the essence of like energy cannot be destroyed, it can only be created or transformed. you know, if we're talking about physics. Energy cannot, like, people, our essence, the earth, like, that's never gonna be truly like, oh no, the world's ending, you know? However, sometimes it feels like that when you live in a society where everybody is, like, fighting each other and the whole world is fighting each other, you know? And we're all just like, can we just breathe and find peace? Ugh. It's like quite literally almost noon, and I have yet to brush my teeth or do my skincare. I'm about to, but I doom scrolled for a little while, then I was just, like I said, journaling and venting to ChatGPT, but at one point, I literally just had to, like, lay there and cry. So I am feeling a little bit better now that I let myself just, like, lay there and take my time. It's a difficult Tuesday. I also came up with, like, basically I told ChatGPT, like, how can I show up as this version of me that I'm so convinced that I am? How do I show up as her? I was telling ChatGPT that, like, my goal right now is to become, like, a pop star, right? But I want to be so much more than that. Like, I was literally just telling you in the last clip. One thing that I told ChatGPT was, like, I want to be, like, training, like, my mind and my body. I don't want it to just be like, I'm a singer and then that's it. I just want to be of value, man. Maybe that's just because, like, my whole life, like, people told me I, like, wasn't, or that I wouldn't be, or whatever, but, like, my sole fucking purpose on this planet is to, like, prove to the world that I am worthy. And that's the other thing that I can't stop thinking about. I'm like, is this, like, toxic to a certain, extent, to keep convincing myself that I need to be different or better or more than or whatever in order to, like, prove to the world that I'm so great? Because it's like, I know that I'm great right now, but the problem is the world doesn't know that I'm great. But then it's like, does it even matter? Does the world need to know that I'm great? Not really. So now I'm having a panic attack. Because now I'm like, have I just oriented my entire personality and, like, way of living and being around this idea of, like, needing to, like, perform and be for others what they want me to be, and trying to become this, like, perfect version of that for them? Because the other thing too is that, like, even since I was, like, 4 years old, I've always sang, I've always danced, I've always been, like, acting. So, like, those things are very, like, true to me, but, like, I don't know, I guess just, like, the intention behind it. I'm just trying to make my child self proud, but I think that my child self was hurt so many times, like, basically, like, taught that she doesn't fucking matter in so many ways, that, like, now, like I said, like, I just basically take, like, everything I do and try to prove to the world, to everybody, that I am the greatest at everything I'm trying to do. And it's like, you don't have to be the greatest. But then also, I don't have any fucking people in my life, because everybody just tells me that I need to be more, do more, exist as more. So I'm like, okay, clearly I do need to be more and, you know, make myself better, greater, so that I'll receive love. But it's like, then I'm just trying to appease people that aren't worth appeasing, because if they don't love me the way I am to begin with, then what's the point? But then I also used to think about all the time, when I was, like, a little hippie, I used to think about all the time, I'm like, if people don't just, like, love me for who I am now, then to hell with them. I was like, fuck it. It was like, I want people that love me for exactly who I am, as I am in this moment. But then I also realized that I was showing up as a version of myself that wasn't entirely representative of all that I could be. So then I dropped the hippie thing and tried to be, like, a baddie and show up as a baddie. And then I dropped the baddie thing and tried to show up as, like, a corporate CEO boss bitch. And, like, no matter how I'm showing up as, for some reason, I'm like, I feel like the world rejects me. But then also, all of that is my own mental, so then I still am the problem. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. Make the thought stop! And then this is why I smoke as much as I do. So then I go to smoke and then repeat, and then repeat, and then repeat. And if I stop smoking entirely, then it's just this on fucking steroids chronically. And this is again why I keep trying to convince myself, I'm like, you gotta stay busy, babe. Like, you gotta, like, do things, have projects, pour your energy into things. But I have no energy to begin with. How am I supposed to create this energy for projects and to do things and to get things done when I have nothing in me that wants to give? It's like, all I want to give towards is, like, how do I say this? Like, I'm waiting for the opportunity to be here so I can say, sweet, and then take it and run with it. But God wants me to create the opportunity for myself despite it being here right now. Creating something out of nothing is literally like a fucking magic trick, and I'm like, I don't know how to do it, and it's freaking me the fuck out. I thought vlogging was gonna make me feel better, and this made me feel worse. Now I feel sad. Oh, I don't like this, what I mean. What do I do? Nothing makes me feel better.
Virgo is coming east. Okay. I had them fly across the room. We're seeing fifth house passion. And let me get the other one. And Virgo.
I brushed my teeth and did my skincare and put my hair into a braid, and surprise, surprise, I feel better. Like, it's the way that we as people, as humans, reject the things that are best for us for as long as we possibly humanly can. And then the second that we do them, we're like, oh yeah, why didn't I do that sooner? I don't understand, like, the human mind. But whatever, hey, I'm gonna make the most of my Tuesday. I have this desk that I need to build. This is the top of the desk, and then I have, like, all of this stuff. Basically, I moved my stuff out of my mom's house. I had an office at my mom's house, but I never used it anyways. Gotta go check out my chicken patties. I had an office at my mom's house, and I never used it anyways. And so, since I won't be able to drive to go use the office anyway, in general, even if I wanted to, I was like, let me take my stuff out of there and put it in my storage unit. But then, when I took it all out, I decided that maybe I wanted to keep some things here, the desk, like all of those like productive things. So that's part of my day today is I really want to build, if I can build that desk and then play Fortnite. Like I've been dying to play Fortnite because I haven't in a few days and it's just like something that's fun for me and like gets my mind off of things and like isn't a fucking serious task that I have to think about. Or the desk is obviously just enabling me to be able to have further productivity, create more art, write more songs, do more things, edit, and just be able to like achieve the goals that I want to do or that I want to achieve. So that's a big priority for me today. I just made myself chicken patties. I'm gonna start the toaster because I put a bulky roll in there, and I also have to feed my dogs. They're dying to be fed. Wanna go outside? My woman. That's my lady. Sure is. That's my lady. I love that girl. She's ready for lunch. There's Moose. Yeah, good boy. I go outside. You can't just sit on Sunday. She's a girl. What a nice day it is outside, huh? Not a cloud in the sky. They start going absolutely insane anytime that they want to be fed. But like, I guess I can relate. I get a little hangry to myself sometimes. Thank you, God, for giving us dog food because we're very big, fluffy, hungry peoples and we just want to eat. So thank you very much for this meal. Love you. I'm like dying for it to be warm enough that I can sit outside. My favorite thing in the world is eating outside. I love to eat outside. I also just like anytime that you can just like, I just love stress-free things. So eating outside for me is like, if you make a mess, oh no, what is a squirrel gonna come and eat it? Like, you know what I mean? Make a mess in here, it's like, now I gotta clean it up. It's like a stressful thing. You make a mess outside, it's like, that's just life. That's what the earth is. It just recycles all the food that you drop. And it's amazing. So I miss that and I'm ready to go sit outside. If it were up to me, it's only 40 degrees outside today anyway. So if it were up to me, I would be having a little picnic outside. Windy too. Like I can't even try to go sit out there and like be comfortable because I'd just be like, not layering up to eat a chicken sandwich outside. You okay? Come on, baby. Come on. Go ahead. Come on, if you're gonna throw up, come outside. Move! Moose, go back inside. Sunday, if you're gonna throw up, you come out. Are you gonna throw up? Are you good? Everything is so fucking stressful. Everything is like, I can't just... I hate knowing who I am just to look at the world and say, hey guys, this is who I am. And have them go, no it's not. And keep me small. I also hate that in order to get to where you want to go, you have to work with what you have, but what you have is like so not what you're thinking that you deserve. I had finally literally just sat down to eat. I took like 2 bites of my sandwich and tell me why there was a tendon or a muscle in my chicken patty. I love Mercury retrograde and when everything goes wrong every time you try to do something and then it always goes wrong. Now I'm working on things for my car accidents, both of them, with my lawyer. He just had me call him, so I called. My phone service is off right now, so I have to FaceTime audio my lawyer. Like, anyway, so he starts like listing off like all these things for me to like start doing, to do for him afterwards. And I was like, wait. And then I grabbed all this papers, because I thought I don't even know. I have to like open some mail and like do some things. So fucking overwhelmed. But this is why I wanted to build the desk, because the desk matters a lot for moments like this. So I have a place to just go and like, you know what I mean? I want to put the desk intentionally in front of a window so I can like look at nature and feel like I'm not wanting to cry all the time. I didn't get to eat any lunch really because that grossed me the fuck out. God has me. I know that God has me. I'll be okay. Maybe this is a fasting day. Maybe I'm just fasting. Maybe that's what it is. It has nothing to do with the fact that I can't afford to buy my own food and eat what I want to, as I want to, when I want to. What a privilege that is to begin with anyway, so let me shut the fuck up. But like, wow. Well, just like I said, it's freezing. I was gonna force myself to sit out here, but I'm already like, I'm gonna start crying because it's cold. I just wanted to sit in the sun, and I can't leave my house, so this is a very hard day for me. They close right as I'm hungry. Hi. I would say good morning, but it's like 1 p.m. on a Wednesday. I'm feeling a lot better mentally today than I did yesterday. Yay! I woke up and had the busiest start. I shouldn't say busiest. It was just hectic. So obviously I'm without a life right now. So while I'm here in the house, my brother, my dad, his wife, like everybody that I live with is working usually. This morning, I'm laying in bed and I start hearing like footsteps and like a door opening. I'm like, what? Mind you, I had already gotten up entirely shirtless and used the bathroom. So like if I had known that there was gonna be people here and I came back in, then I laid back down. So then I'm like, I'm hearing, movement. I'm like, what? So I was so confused and maybe thinking like maybe it's just the dogs or whatever, not the door, but like the movement and stuff. I was like, maybe it's just the dogs. Then I heard the door and I'm like, is there somebody here? So then I'm like, okay, it's not my dad. So I'm like, it's either my brother or his wife. So then I, start mentally preparing for that to be the case. And then, and like the fact that I'm not alone anymore. And then I hear the dogs going all crazy because I know that my dad was hiring somebody to come here today to fix our dryer. And so then I'm like, okay, now I gotta get up. I was gonna like get up, take a shower, like do all these things before, the day started. And not only were there people here, but then the dogs are going crazy. And then found out that it was both my brother and his wife were here. So then it was them plus the dogs plus somebody here working on the dryer. So I went from thinking I was completely alone to it was like a party in the house basically. But the man that worked on the dryer fixed it, and he said that he would bring cookies next time. Because I kept making this joke to my dad. My dad texted me yesterday and he was like, by the way, I just want to let you know somebody's coming tomorrow to fix the dryer. So I'm like, is he gonna bring cookies? And my dad was like, no, I hope that he brings the parts and the tools that he needs to fix it. And I was like, but what if he brings cookies? My dad was like, he's not gonna bring any cookies. So today I told the man, I was like, I told my dad that you would have brought cookies, and he was like, I would have. So anyway, so now I've been doing a lot of editing and like social media stuff. I posted on my story. I posted on I edited and then posted a whole reel on Instagram and TikTok, which is always my favorite, which also already has over 1,000 views. And I'm like, let's fucking go. Sometimes, obviously, if you're a content creation person yourself, you know that this was one of the TikToks I just posted today. I was like, what are we doing about engagement in the algorithm, and what are our favorite platforms to post on, and how often, or like what's your tips and tricks when it comes to all that? Because currently TikTok for me is not doing for me what TikTok sometimes does. Here's the thing about TikTok is like, it's like you have a video that gets 300 views, one that gets 100,000 views, then the rest will kind of like, those views will trickle on to like the next like 12 that you post, then back to 300, a million views, 300, you see what I mean? So it's like, it's hard to kind of keep that engagement consistent unless you're somebody like a Sophie Rain or anybody that is getting a lot of traction and views consistently like that. It takes, I don't know. I don't know what it takes. I'm trying to figure that out myself, honestly. So anyway, so I did a lot of like social media stuff today, and then the rest of the afternoon, I think I'm just going to, I have right now like 2 loads of laundry 1.5 that I would like to do while nobody's here, because in a few hours people are gonna come home, and if I can somehow get that done while nobody's here and then not have to worry about my laundry again for another few days, that would be really cool. And I still have to build that desk. I've yet to build the desk. It's gonna take me, I'm not kidding, literally 5 minutes. Like literally 5 minutes to build the desk. I think I'm just like, I don't know. I'm having all these issues right now, guys, where like, especially in regards to smoking, even today, like I was in a fine mindset. I didn't need to smoke, and instead I smoked anyway. And it's like, what is it about? I think it's literally just like the last thing that I'm like really like holding on to. And there's this like, I don't know if it's a Chinese proverb. I know it's an ancient proverb that goes, let go or be dragged. And that's how I feel right now, is very much like be dragged. I feel very like I need to consciously like make the decision to let go, instead of life like ripping me away from the thing that I don't want to let go of and have it, you know what I mean? When people are like, you can either do this the easy way or the hard way. I'm choosing the hard way, like about most of the things in my life. And it's like, stop choosing that for yourself. Like, you have conscientious control, you're very self-aware, you can do the things that you're scared of. Like, what is the problem? You know what I mean? So I don't know, but I was late to my period. So you guys are gonna hear me talk about my period a lot, because my PMDD is the dictator of my mind and my mood and my emotions a lot of the time, because my hormones are dysregulated. I have an appointment for a PCP 29 or the 30th of this month. I forgot I got rescheduled. After 8 months of waiting, my appointment got rescheduled. So anyway, hopefully eventually I'll be able to have like professional help to regulate all of this. But for right now, it's just me trying to self-regulate with what I've learned about myself and what I know. And so what I know is that my PMDD dictates a whole lot of me inside of me. And oh my God. Sorry, I'd love to talk to you, but every time that I pull out the camera and talk, the dogs need something. What? You need to poop? You need to go outside and poop? So anyway, and I have crazy ADHD, so I can't remember what I was saying. My PMDD, my mood, with not smoking. I don't remember. I'd love to remember, but I can't. Every fucking day it's something. Every single fucking day. Like, I can't just talk to y'all. People wonder like why I don't show up on social media. It's because this is not like how I want to show up. I don't want to get pissed off every 30 seconds trying to just... What did I just tell you guys too? I'm like, I'm in a good mindset. I'm in a good headspace. Yeah, when I'm not being fucking interrupted every 20 seconds about something. Like, when other people and other things don't need me constantly for, like, this is the other thing too. If I had my own kids, if I had my own dogs, if I had my own responsibility that I was choosing for myself, that'd be one thing. But constantly having to be at the mercy of what other people want and need from me, that's where it pisses me off. How do you set a boundary with the rest of the world to say, no, I need this from me right now, when the world doesn't let you set that boundary? Like, hello? Damn, that I'm like pissed off because I feel like I was on a good mindset, or like I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. See, and these are the moments where now, because I'm pissed the fuck off, I'm gonna smoke. Do we see why because instead of getting pissed the fuck off and then crying about it, I'd rather just fucking smoke and be able to ease the irritability for yet another few hours, to get through another night, to get through another day. And that's all that I ever do. And it's only ever putting a band-aid on a fucking issue that I need to get out of this house, but I have nothing to my name. And what do you do when that is the situation? I don't know. I can tell you what I need to stop doing, which is a whole lot of, like I said, like the smoking. I oversleep all the time. I doom scroll all the time. I'm trying to escape this reality because I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want this to be my reality at all. And I think that's like what's triggering me right now, is like, am I mad at the dog for having to go poop? No. I'm mad that I'm enjoying my space today. I'm creating, I'm feeling good. And as soon as I relax into like, I can feel safe and comfortable, there's just a reminder that nope, that's not what actually is happening. Like, something else is gonna be a fucking issue. There's a problem. And it's like, people wonder why I'm so anxious. Like, because the minute that I go to finally relax into my body, there's a problem all the time. And it's not like me thinking there's a problem. It's like, there's always some type of stimulant that's like, oh no. And it's like, why is it always, oh no? Why? Why can't things just be okay and peaceful and calm and all right? I need like intensive fucking therapy, but I also, like, I've been praying. One of my things that I've been talking about with God for years now is that if if and when I'm receiving healthcare, I just pray that it's good quality healthcare and people that like their job and know what they're doing. Even my chiropractor that I'm seeing right now, he is like phenomenal, honestly. Like I couldn't say enough good things about him. So I just really hope that if and when I find a therapist and all the other, you know, modalities of help that I need, they're going to be just as great. Seriously, I need like I just need somebody professional to also look at me and be like, you're not the problem. So that I can be like, I'm not a fucking issue. Like, and all I know that I need to do right now is like keep calm, like I said, like create, express, release, relax, receive. So anyway, so back to the original point of what I was saying, which is what I'm doing today, what I plan to do with the rest of my day. I've been making a point every day of playing my guitar so that I can get back into that. So I'm gonna play my guitar and rehearse some of my songs so that way I am prepared to play them again when I start doing gigs and all that stuff. And then after that, I've been avoiding yoga and Pilates because, like I said, I've been going to the chiropractor and I also can't get to my chiropractor appointments right now, which is super fun. They were literally like healing my soul and I can't get to them. So I was waiting for my chiropractor to like give me the like, you're all clear to do yoga and Pilates again, but I have to just start doing it anyway, especially if I'm not going to be going to the chiropractor because, first of all, Pilates was designed for the neck and spine, so I know that will be beneficial either way, especially if I do it, you know, lightly. I'm not going to reformer Pilates, obviously, I can't go anywhere, but I love mat Pilates and I can just do like beginner flows and 10-15 minutes here and there just to start building my strength back up. And then with yoga, obviously, that's just like releasing the tension and really helping me to like keep the inflammation down while, again, I'm not able to go to these appointments. So that is my plan, is to get back into yoga and Pilates today. I want to play my guitar, maybe even like write some songs. I was in the process of like writing a few songs, but I kind of gave up. I didn't give up on them. I just put them to the side for a second while I focused on some other things, but maybe I should pick them back up and keep going with them. I don't know. Again, it's ironic because it's like the reason why I stopped creating. So if you don't know, I used to do the singing, songwriting, dancing, acting thing for like pretty much my entire childhood and teen years. And then when my family fell apart, I just was so depressed about my entire life and didn't want to be here that I was like, I was writing a bunch of depressing songs. Then I would play them and people would say, we don't want to hear depressing songs. Nobody wants to listen to sad songs. So then I was like, okay, I guess I won't write then. So then I stopped. for like 7 years. And this year I'm finally, well, last year was me. I spent the entire year doing karaoke to like get over my stage fright and build community and network and get to know people. So this year I'm really determined to like make the Miss Abigail brand become a thing. And the fact that it's already April, I feel like I'm like, I don't even know. I feel like I'm like wasting time, but also everything's happening divine timing. I have to relax and trust that. Can you tell that I'm not relaxed? That's what God keeps saying to me. He says, relax, release, receive. It's release, relax, receive. Release, relax, receive. Release, relax, receive. And I'm not very good at it yet, but I'm working on it. Every good song has a B chord in it, which is a bar chord that I have never been able to do and don't feel like learning today. Because it hurts. This is too big of a guitar to learn on anyway. I need a 3/4 size. That's a really fucking easy song, what? And darling, I will be loving you till we're 70. Baby, my heart still flies hard at 23. I'm thinking about how, so honey, now take me into your loving arms, kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars, so darling, let me know it's falling.
I think the sit off the court and obviously looking good while you do it. That's why I teamed up with Zenny. This is that protect your eyes. Incredible.
Good morning.
Good morning. Born on this day in 1924. The current weather is 38 degrees Fahrenheit with cloudy skies. You can look for showers with a high of 61 degrees and a low of 38 degrees.
Hey. I can't with dry my hair today. Way better. Oh, I thought that I was just recording for the last literally 20 minutes. And I just told you guys so many things. You watched me get dressed. We talked about my outfit. We talked about religion. Like, we talked about so many things. I cannot believe that that wasn't recording. I made a joke at the very end of when I was talking, and I was like, watch, I'm going to look at this, and it's not even going to be recording. And then I looked, and it wasn't. I guess whatever I said was meant for just me and God. I don't know. I'm going to watch this vlog back and realize that all it is me trying to figure out how to stop crying enough to function. Ooh. I still haven't brushed my teeth or done anything with my hair or my skincare. That routine literally takes no more than 10 minutes, and I've been avoiding it for hours. So I know I need to do that, and I also need to like make myself a cup of tea and like chill. I'm gonna make an herbal tea, which is designed to be stress-free, and also has a lot of ingredients that help with hormones and hormone health. So hopefully that'll be good. And it is noon. It's 12:11. I think I might have just said it was 11:30, but it's 12:11, and I still have not ate any food. I'm kind of feeling like today is a DoorDash day. I'm negative $160 in my bank account, and I only have $10 on Cash App and like $30 in my Venmo. So I have just enough money in my Venmo for one meal on DoorDash. So I'm gonna let myself get that and get something that's like really filling and refreshing and yummy. I've been like dying for fruits and vegetables, so I would really love that. I got a Chipotle avocado and lime bowl with seared steak on top. This will be like the one meal that I eat pretty much all day. I was thinking about maybe making myself a smoothie after this because I have protein powder, water, and frozen fruit, but I have a retired neighbor who's always outside, and so it makes me feel a little uncomfortable because I feel like I can't go outside without him being 10 feet away from me every single time that I've ever wanted to hang out in my yard. But R.I.P. to my pool lining. Well, my dad's pool lining. All of this is my dad's. It's my dad's house. Alright, I didn't record it, but I was playing guitar for just about an hour or so. I tried to do a couple Instagram live streams that didn't work. The Wi-Fi connection was all fucked up. Whatever, we're in Mercury retrograde, so right now I'm gonna go take a shower. I've been wanting to take a shower since this morning, but I was like, fuck it, like I'll just throw clothes on, I'll take one tonight. And I've been honestly like dying to take a shower all day long. I am so cold in my body for some reason. I've been freezing all day long, so I'm just like dying to put on some like warm clothes and be warmed by the the water. And honestly though, because I just brushed my teeth and did my skincare at like 2:30 was when I finally got over my panic attacks and depression and like could get myself to get together. Part of me is like, damn, I'm already gonna do my skincare again. Also, I have video clips uploading so that way I can start and then finish editing this vlog so I can get it up to you guys. I would like to have it uploaded for Sunday morning, maybe Saturday afternoon, Sunday morning. I'd like it to be a Monday through Friday vlog. I don't think I'm gonna record my weekends because my weekends are super unpredictable. Just to prove to you guys that I was playing, I have my guitar here. I'll do a little ditty for you. I taught myself how to play San Luis by Gregory Alan Isaacoff. Weightlessness, no gravity. We'll be somewhere in between. I'm a ghost of you, you're a ghost of me. A bird's eye view in San Luis. So anyway, I was playing. I didn't do any songwriting today. I did talk to people about the songs that I am working on, and I practiced my own songs from before, so I have a set list, but no proper songwriting today and no vocal exercises today. Those are two things I'd like to start incorporating on like a daily basis, so that way even if I don't feel like it, I'm still progressing. So I've just been pouring a lot of time into myself since the panic attacks and bits of depression from this morning. I'm going to dry brush my body before I hop in the shower. And then I'm not gonna do a hair wash day today. I have my hair wash schedule to be every 4 days, and it's not my fourth dirty hair day yet. So I think I have like one or two more, definitely just like one more tomorrow. And then I'll wash my hair tomorrow. Oh, I still haven't smoked, so there's that. I might enjoy a little smoky just to stimulate my appetite, rest my muscles, and ease me into the nighttime. And I had a girl on my Instagram swipe up on my stories today. I posted a lot of emotional stories today, which always embarrasses me, but if there's one thing about me, it's that I'm gonna show up as exactly as I am and never, I'll apologize for it too. Like I'll be like, sorry that I'm this way, sorry, but I'm never gonna change who I am to appease other people, right? So anyway, I posted a lot of like emotional stuff on my story today. Like, let me dry brush while we talk so that I'm not wasting time. It was embarrassing, but one of the girls, a girlie swiped up on it, and she sent me just like these things that she journals about and like affirms back to herself, just writing down like, I'm so happy that I have money to be able to pay my bills, and like just like affirming things, goals that she has. But one of the things that she said at the very end was like, I'm so happy I stopped smoking weed and did something else with my life. And like reading somebody else write that down and like have that same goal, first of all, made me feel so not alone. Oh my god, it made me feel so not alone. I constantly view myself as if I'm just like this like stoner person that like, I don't know, because like my whole, like I started smoking like pretty publicly and openly around everybody when I was like 16, so everybody just knew me as that, and I like made it my whole personality. So anyway, I just think that the whole world just looks at me like I'm just like this pothead stoner bitch that like isn't worthy of doing or becoming anything else with her life. And so it's so nice when I hear that other people smoke, and not only smoke but like struggle with the stopping and the quitting and stuff like that, so that I'm not like this like outlier horrible person because I smoke and that like everybody else is this, you know, saint that doesn't do anything wrong, because that's how we all like to act, right? Nobody wants to acknowledge that they are doing anything that is less than favorable for themselves or others. But it was just interesting to me. I was like, damn. And also, not that it gave me permission to smoke, but it made me feel better about like if I decide to or whatever, because it's like we're all kind of struggling. Hello? Like, why do I constantly think that like I don't know, it's me versus the world? It's like we're all trying to figure it out. We're all going through it. You guys are like, we don't need to watch you dry brush. All right, I'm gonna go finish doing this, and then I will take my shower and update y'all after. It's 9:48 p.m. and I'm about to eat some dinner and then go to sleep. Y'all can probably hear the shower going. My closet wall is the same wall that shares the piping, all the plumbing and all that stuff for the shower. Anyway, I woke up this morning. I slept with my window open, and obviously it's starting to be springtime. I think everything's starting to like release pollen, and I'm very, very, very sensitive to pollen. And I woke up with my eyes like blurry and itchy, my head a little foggy, my throat a little scratchy, and I'm like, yo, like that's not what I wanted to start my morning with. But I'm gonna have a couple cups of green tea with honey, and hopefully that'll help. And yeah, my plan for today, I had such a good ending to my day yesterday, and it's because I did it's ironic. It's like, if you just do the things that you know you have to do, then most of the time it works out in your favor. But as humans, we tend to procrastinate and do anything else but that. And that's what I was crying for so much of yesterday that I couldn't even like fathom the idea of doing anything enjoyable for myself. And then I don't even know what I did. I uploaded all the clips on my iPad so I could start editing this YouTube video. I journaled for a little while. I doodled and like played with colors, which is always a good thing for me, like helps my brain. I played with my guitar. I did an Instagram live. I didn't smoke for the majority of the day. I ordered myself DoorDash, so I was able to eat like a nourishing, delicious meal. I spent some time outside sitting in the sun. The air yesterday was like 60 degrees, so like the breeze just felt nice. So I don't know, it was a really good ending to my day yesterday. I'd really, really love to keep that energy going today, but God's plan. So I don't really, like, every single day I create my own little like layout for the day, and 10 out of 10 times it never works out that way. So I have a rough idea of what I want to do today, and I'm keeping it as open as I can be to what life might offer me. However, I have some things that are like my non-negotiables that I do every day. So basically that's what this is. I think I might have gone over these with you already, but let's break it down. We have hygiene, eat and hydrate, meditate and pray, movement, journal, read, rehearse and study, show up, edit and post, Abigail time. So if I can get all of these things done in one day and for as many days in a row as possible, that's the system that I've created to fill my soul with the things that I need, so that way I can better be a person in the world. When I don't do these things, I am like a shell of a human being, and I can like autopilot my way through my days, but it just helps a lot when I'm able to actually like show up for myself, do the things I need to do. As y'all know, like I've talked about, editing and posting is like one of my bigger priorities for my non-negotiables, because even if I did nothing for myself that day, I'm still putting something in my favor for myself for potentially the next day if I'm editing and posting. So anytime I show up on social media, or get another reel going, or another TikTok going, or post on YouTube, or work on my podcast, or like whatever the case may be, that's always a good, solid, satisfying day for me. And everything else is super necessary. It's just not, it doesn't make money to like read and rehearse and do all these things. It can in the future, but in the moment time, it don't make money. So I just try to prioritize something that will put finances in my pocket. And then everything else is just a matter of mental health, right? Mental health, physical health. Y'all are seeing me in my, my nose is running. Ew. You guys are seeing me in my headband because I was waiting for my brother to get out of the shower, and now his wife is taking a shower. But once they're done using the bathroom, I'll go in there and I'll just brush my teeth and then do my skincare for the day. So that will be like my main hygiene stuff done until I take a shower later on. I dry brushed. Oh yeah, you guys saw that. You guys already saw that. But I dry brushed last night before my shower, and oh my god, it just makes my body feel just so like, you know what I mean? Warm, soft, clean, cozy. And yeah, I don't know. I don't really have like a set order that I want to do things in today. As long as I get all of them done, I'm okay with that. Sometimes though, I like to like I said, I work in systems, so I don't want to just give myself a big list and then be overwhelmed by it. I like to like think to myself like, right now, what are the best things for me to do? So like I said, I'm gonna make a cup of tea. I could journal, read, do these types of things while I'm calm. Then when I have a little bit more energy, I can do a little bit more of the high energy tasks. You see what I'm saying? Rather than just doing them without intention. Another like goal of mine today is to eat enough. Last night I ate like half of a turkey burger that my dad made, and then some salad that he made, but the turkey burgers he bought were just weird looking. I don't even know. I didn't feel comfortable eating them. So I didn't really eat much then. And the only meal that I ate was the one meal that you saw yesterday. So today, eating is a priority. But what I'm going to eat, when and how, I don't know yet. So, well, that's what I mean when I say I'm open to just life. I'm open to life being life. And yeah, that's what my day is looking like. I already read my devotional for today, which is cool. Also, I wanted to show you guys this. Look, this is my devotional. This is the newer one because I finished the one from yesterday. It's cheetah print, which I love, and this is gold, and as you can tell, I'm like a gold girly. So like the cheetah print, the gold, the fact that it's like soft and gray and matte, I was like, this is everything. Where the fuck did these come from? There's like weird like highlighter spots on it. I'm like, hello? Like, where'd it get stained? I also have Atomic Habits here because I want to read that at some point today. I love going through this. I love reading one chapter of this every day. They're such palatable chapters. It's like there's no excuse not to. So I love to do that and like highlight all the specific things that stand out to me. I'm just cuddling with my woman. You see my lady. My brother and my sister-in-law just left, so now I'm in the house alone with them. And I love them, because it's my niece. My busy girl. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. Need my baby. I love him. Promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. Light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. That is who you are. See it, you're working. Even when I'm here, you're working. My love, you never stop working. You never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Feel it, you're working, you never stop working, you never stop working.